Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for Monday, September 8, 2025. And in the news this evening, fatal crash on Windward Road. A man died in a crash early this morning along Windward Road in Kingston. The crash, which reportedly occurred around 3 o'clock, happened in the vicinity of Vauxhall High School. The man's 2013 white Nissan Windward motor car was damaged in the incident. The Elletson Road Traffic Department is investigating. People First, PNP's Christopher Brown promises transformation following St. Mary's Southeastern election win. Member of Parliament-elect Christopher Brown of the People's National Party says he will bring a different kind of politics to the St. Mary's Southeastern constituency and will continue to work to serve the needs of the people. The first-time politician made the declaration on Sunday evening after the final counting of ballots from last Wednesday's general election confirmed him as the winner, polling 6,659 votes. He defeated incumbent Dr. Norman Dunn of the Jamaica Labour Party, who polled 6,640 votes in what was a hotly contested encounter. In the preliminary count, Brown received 6,642 votes to Dunn's 6,631 for a victory margin of 11 votes. But following the conclusion of the final count on Sunday, Brown was declared the winner by 19 votes, 8 more than he had received in the preliminary count last Wednesday. Brown, who was lifted and carried by party supporters from the counting station at Anota Bay Primary School to the PNP's constituency office some 800 meters away, spoke about his victory while outlining some of the changes he intended to implement. "There was never any doubt in my mind about winning," commented Brown. "I will show respect to the people of this constituency. I will love them. I will be accessible to them. I will serve them to the best of my ability, and I will put them first. We will end the tribal politics in Southeast St. Mary. We are going to end the discrimination that has characterized the constituency for the past 8 years," he continued. "We are going to shed and remove the type of politics that has placed us at the back of the line, because now we intend to move to the front of the line. So tonight I am humbled and I want to thank all of you. We are going to transform Southeastern St. Mary, and we are going to ensure that it is a place where every constituent can become the best that he can be," he concluded. Lockout at Calabar. At least 34 students of Calabar High School in St. Andrew have been refused entry to the institution at the start of the academic year on Monday. When the news arrived at the Red Hills Road School around 9:30 a.m., some of the boys were standing in the sun outside the school gates, while others milled about across the street. In response to queries about why the youngsters had been locked out, Principal Sian Wilson told the news they are not ready for school. "You ask them why they are out there, ask them," she added. The boys, some of whom said they had been waiting at the gate before 8 a.m., gave various reasons why they had not been admitted to the campus. Reasons included black hair dye, incorrect belt buckles, missing buttons from their khakis, tight pants, and incorrect hair lengths. Wilson refused to answer queries on the dress code or whether the parents of the young men had been notified that their sons had not been admitted to school. The Ministry of Education has repeatedly hit out at the barring of students from school compounds, even for dress code violations. Then Minister of Education Favour Williams said in 2022, schools are not allowed to do that. There are too many risks associated with that. Once a student steps on the school compound, we act in the place of the parent. I've consistently said that there should not be any locking out whatsoever of our students from school. In 2019, then State Minister Alonda Terrelong told the news, "There is absolutely no rationale for locking students out of school. The news was unable to reach the current Education Minister, Dr. Dana Morris Dixon. Man electrocuted by power lines in Bethel Town. A man died on Sunday after being electrocuted by power lines in Bethel Town, Westmor. The deceased has been identified as 38-year-old Odine Porter, a farmer of Marl Road in the parish. The incident occurred along Windward Road in Bethel Town. Porter became entangled with power lines belonging to the Jamaica Public Service Company and was electrocuted. He later succumbed to his injuries. The incident is being investigated by the police. Pollster Don Anderson worried about a lower voter turnout and the voter buying danger. Pollster Don Anderson has again expressed the surprise at the low voter turnout at last Wednesday's general election. The Electoral Commission of Jamaica indicated that only 39.5% of the electorate cast their ballots, a slight increase over the 38% turnout for the 2020 general election. Mr. Anderson said he had expected a much higher percentage of electors to cast their ballots. Mr. Anderson also highlighted his polling on the issue of voter buying and the voter suppression prior to the September 3 election. He reiterated that in the poll conducted from August 2 to 11, 83% said no, I wouldn't take a bribe to go and vote, and about 81% said no, I wouldn't take a bribe not to vote. That, he said, meant that a significant portion of the voting population would some kind of incentive to either vote or not to vote. Those are worrying numbers for me. This is where the lower number is more important as far as I was concerned, because close to 20% said they would take a bribe. Body with gunshot wounds found in ditch in Manchester. The Manchester police are probing the murder of a 33-year-old man whose decomposing body was found in the parish yesterday. He has been identified as Orrin Kelsey, otherwise called the Bad Bush, of Good Hope District, Manchester. Reports are that about 11:40 a.m. on September 7, passers-by stumbled upon Kelsey's body in a ditch along the roadway in Ramble and alerted the police. On arrival, officers observed what appeared to be gunshot wounds. The scene was processed and the body was later pronounced dead at the Mandeville Hospital. No motive has yet been established. The Mandeville Criminal Investigation Branch is continuing the probe. Man says a car stopped too close to him, gets a shot at. A quarrel over a car stopping too close to a man outside a shop in Longwall, Stony Hill, spiraled into a gun attack Wednesday night, leaving the man shaken and another facing serious charges. Gregory Brown, a 47-year-old resident of 10 miles at Golden Springs, St. Andrew, has since been charged with assault at a common law, conspiracy to shooting with intent, and the possession of prohibited weapon. Police reports state that around 9:10 p.m., Brown allegedly drove up to a shop and stopped directly in front of another man who accused him of coming too close. An argument broke out, after which Brown reportedly left and returned with two other men. From inside his car, Brown allegedly pulled a gun and pointed it at the complainant. The two other men are said to have grabbed the man, who managed to break free and run. Shots were fired at him during the chase, but he escaped unharmed. Brown was arrested and was later charged following a question and answer session with his attorney on Saturday, September 6. His court date is being finalized while police continue to search for his alleged accomplices. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.